Hello, everybody. Happy Friday. It is February the 28th, and we have knocked another month in the head. So maybe it's payday, I hope, for a lot of people. Maybe you can afford to go fishing this weekend. Lots to talk about on the fishing front. I'll be back to do that in just a moment.
Electricity, something I don't mix well with at all, and that's why I only trust the folks at ELS OBX. ELS OBX offers a variety of services from custom electrical installations to lighting design. ELS OBX has the experience and know-how to complete any job. They're committed to providing the highest quality lighting and electrical installations or service at affordable prices. Visit them online at elsobx.com to get a brighter idea of how shockingly awesome they are. See what I did there? ELS OBX, electrical and lighting solutions you can count on. When it comes to finding phenomenal seafood, you gotta go insane. That's right, stop into the Insane Seafood Market right there on Highway 64 in Columbia. Luke Midget and his crew work hard out on the water to make sure you have the freshest selection of seafood around. They provide a wide selection of fish, crabs, shrimp, oysters, and clams, just to name a few. Insane Seafood has a hot bar to satisfy that seafood craving right on the spot. Visit them online at insaneseafood.com and like them on social media. Go insane at Insane Seafood Market, Highway 64 in Columbia.
So we've had a pretty good winter, especially when you talk about offshore fishing for bluefin tuna, the primary species they've been targeting, and they are from schooling bluefins, which are bigger than almost all of the yellowfins we catch year-round. Even the schooling bluefins are 100 to 300 pounds, something like that. And then the giant bluefins as well, up to 1,000 pounds. It's an incredibly large piece of wildlife, especially when they hit a bait. Let me tell you what that looks like. If you've ever been out there trolling on a boat before, been on an offshore boat, and you see the baits skip along behind the boat because they are trolling, that means the boats are moving forward all day long. They're going up and down the ledges and the drop-offs out there, and, well, it could be anywhere, but on the 100-fathom ledge or the continental shelf, the water drops off to 600 to 6,000 feet of water, depending on where you're at. And then they've been catching them all the way up to the sea buoy at Oregon Inlet on certain days, and that water's only 70 feet deep. But the boats have been out there looking around and catching these big bluefin tuna. But in addition to that, the Oregon Inlet fleet has been catching a few yellowfin tuna. The Hatteras fleet, in addition to their bluefin tuna, has been catching some blackfin tuna. That's our smaller tuna, really, really good eating tuna, as are the yellowfins. And the Hatteras fleet this week caught a few king mackerel. I heard of a couple of them that were stumbled upon, so that's a good sign as well. But that is all offshore, and it's a little bit limited in the variety, but, buddy, the quality is world class, and we do have people from all over the world coming to fish for them. So let me look on my list. I think that covers us for our offshore fishing. Not much in the intermediate areas. I'm not really aware of anything too much to talk about. Might be a few king mackerel down in Hatteras. I haven't checked back in on those people at all. A lot of commercial fishing going on. This is when the ocean gill netters are out there working at it. I did that for a winter. That broke me of doing that for a winter. Old Florida boy didn't like that icy cold water or weather too much, but my hat goes off with nothing but respect for those that do that for a living. You got to always remember, not everybody has a fishing bowl and a boat and can go fishing. So they supply a source of fish for a lot of people all across our country, and it's providing jobs and income and feeding families and putting kids through college and all those things. So, you know, there's room for everybody. But back along the beach, there have been a few puppy drum caught this week, especially down on Hatteras Island. Not many. I did have a few, though. And there's also a very rare sea mullet being caught. So, again, that's nothing different from what we've been talking about. Almost any day, you can go out there and get a bite. Now, keep in mind, these are bites. These are not snagged fish. These are fish that actually struck a bait. And we had a couple weeks ago, it's been going on 3 weeks ago now, we had a decent puppy drum bite. And hoping that as it warms up just a little bit, we'll get back over that edge where the fish start feeding up in the wash again. And if they do, that'll be great fun. We look for a little while now. In addition to the puppy drum, we're going to start seeing the sea mullet come back first, and then all the other species will follow along. Everything is pretty much a migratory fish moving up and down the beach this time of year. So that is that. Now we'll take a little break, and I got a little bit of breaking news to talk to you about back in the Pamlico Sound, and it'll be a word of encouragement. So stay right there.
Red Drum Tackle in Buxton is the oldest complete tackle shop at Cape Hatteras. And being the closest tackle shop to Cape Point, Red Drum Tackle has been welcoming fishermen to Hatteras Island with a wide selection of bait and tackle, skilled custom rod builds, rod and reel repair, expert knowledge and information since 1974. Red Drum Tackle knows how, when, and where to fish. To acquire this fishing brain power, visit them online at reddrumtackle.com. Red Drum Tackle, the oldest complete tackle shop at Cape Hatteras and the closest to Cape Point in Buxton.
So if you listen to my fishing reports regularly, you know that I have sources. I have people. It's kind of like Watergate, with Deep Throat. I have one of those guys. His name is Captain Dickie Harris, and he runs the Fantastic out of Oregon Inlet. And I don't mind plugging his boat because he sure does help me out a lot with these offshore and inshore reports, which is where I'm going with this segment right now. So Dickie doesn't get enough fishing in the summertime, so he decided to, on his charter boat, the Fantastic, so he decided to take up bluefinning in the wintertime and still didn't get enough fishing. So he ends up chartering a guy over here out of Swan Quarter, has a business called Hyde Guides, and he comes over this way, and they have become fast friends. And they were doing a lot of speckled trout fishing until that season closed because of the Cold Stun event. But encouraging, very encouraging. He was out the other day. I want to say that was Wednesday. He was out on Wednesday off Swan Quarter, and they, of course, would never elaborate exactly where to me, knowing that I'm going to tell you. But they did catch 13 puppy drum in and above the slot size. Let them all go. I'm like, you let them all go? You can keep one per person. Don't you know Captain Marty is eating nail soup at his house? Throwing a stone and a nail in a pot, hoping some old lady comes by and throws in some carrots and potatoes. And anyway, they didn't give me any fish, but they did catch 13 puppy drum. That is great, great news. So that was back in, we'll just say this is in the Western Pamlico, and you can take it from there. And Dickie, we do appreciate you sharing that information with us. That's probably the best fishing news I have in today's report. So we go into the weekend with warmer temperatures. Well, I say warmer. It's going to drop back down again on Sunday, but the week ahead sure does look better than the week behind. So we look forward to that. It's time to start getting your garden prep ready and finishing up your winter pruning, if that's what you're doing on your fruit trees. And turkey season is right around the corner. That'll be the next hunting that we talk about. And don't also forget that this is the time of year to book your charter if you want a key day. If you want days in the prime tuna season and you want the best tuna boats or mahi boats or bill fishing boats, you got to do your due diligence and do your homework and get your bookings now. So anyway, that's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed our fishing report. I hope you get a chance to go fishing this weekend. May God bless.